How does environment affect a person's aesthetic perception? Why are cityscapes beautiful? Is it because they are associated with wealth and therefore a resource that influences reproductivity? Are cityscapes aesthetically Darwinian? In this video, we will discuss what is beauty, rural versus metro environments, cultural concepts, differences in perception, and arrive at a conclusion. Aesthetics is the branch of philosophy dealing with such notions as the beautiful, the ugly, the sublime, and the comic. As applicable to the arts, with a view to establishing the meaning and validity of critical judgments concerning works of art, and the principles underlying or justifying such judgments. Darwinism is a theory of biological evolution developed by English naturalist Charles Darwin and others, stating that all species of organisms arrive and develop through the natural selection of small, inherited variations that increase the individual's ability to compete, survive, and reproduce. According to the Cambridge English Dictionary, environment means the air, water, and land in or on which people, animals, and plants live. In a metro or urban environment, there are an abundance of buildings, roads, vehicles, pollutions, and a distinct lack of nature or the night sky. Yet despite this, one could argue that there is beauty in a cityscape, a gracefulness in architecture, radiance in artificial illumination, and a pleasance in the metaphorical air. Rural environments are much more dynamic. They could be wide open spaces, rivers, or lakes, mountains, forests, savanna, or desert. There tends to be much less infrastructure and pollution, which lends itself towards the countryside's natural aesthetic qualities. Most people would argue that there are few instances of ugly rural environments. Let's explore what types of social and cultural concepts are associated with these environments. In the cities, life is fast-paced and generally people are more materialistic and attention-seeking. Class divisions are deeper, and the acquisition of money and luxury is a major factor in people's lives. Life revolves around career choices, fashion, business, and consumerism. Open spaces and nature are usually limited, so social activities are often done indoors or in purpose-built facilities. In rural areas, life is generally much slower paced. There are fewer people around, less traffic, and much less focus on increasing material wealth. The lifestyle in the countryside is perceived as healthier, better chances to lead a peaceful, stress-free life. More recently, there has been a shift of people moving to the country as a direct result of the 2020 pandemic, as working remotely has been drastically increased. How we see the world aesthetically is going to be different on an individual level, but one could argue that our aesthetic choices are broadly conditioned by our environment. Of course, no one likes gridlock traffic, for example, but city folk are more likely to put up with it than country folk. Beautiful cityscapes, therefore, are a prime example of conditioning induced by familiarity in the viewer. We seek the beauty in the world by what we are exposed to by our lifestyle choices and experience. This principle suggests that aesthetic choice is Darwinistic in its nature. On one hand, theory of evolution describes why early man's aesthetic choices would be based largely on survival instincts and reproductive capabilities. In the postmodern world, we see that mainstream consumerism hasn't really changed how we see beauty in the world. Does owning a Porsche or the latest iPhone make you more attractive to other people because of how these items might portray you as more successful? What do you think? Leave a comment below and make sure to like and subscribe to the video if you like the content.